Hello, all my ghouls and guys out there. It's your clinically diagnosed ghost host with the most, Care with a K. And today, we're asking Spirit what your person thinks about you. It could be a coworker, it could be your friend, it could be your spouse or your partner. Anybody, whoever you're thinking of right now, what do they think about you? How are their feelings towards you? Anything they want to happen between the two of you? All of that good stuff. We're doing a pick a card today, so this, I bet you thought this would be pile 1. JK, this is pile 3. 3 with the red moon. Losa Spookies. The moon. And then we got pile 2. Pearlescent moon? Because iridescent is clear, right? That's kind of looks like a fisheye? Mm-hmm. At least how I would draw it. With the Universal Celtic Tarot. And we have group number 1 with the Mystical Unicorn Tarot. And this fancy pentacle. Yeah. So, take a minute, ruminate on it. 3, 2, 1, and I'll see you guys in your pile. Hello, my beautiful souls who picked group number 1, the Magical Unicorn Tarot, and this sweet, sweet Pentacle Moon. I really like the red gems on this guy. That's at a Ren Fair, I believe. What I'm trying to say is go to your local Ren Fairs. They're dope. Alright, I'll put this guy right over here. And I'm going to pull one card, then I'm going to pull some oracle cards so that we can see what your person thinks about you. This is a new deck, so trying it out, seeing the energies, getting a feel. What is the main energy about what pile 1's person feels about them? Oh, sorry. My ring keeps falling off. Main energy, pile 1. And their person that's on their mind. Ooh, 5 of Wands. Your person is having some troubles with you. And it doesn't have to be with you, like, as a person, just, like, in their relationship with you. They could be having difficulties. As in, they misunderstand you, or they have to ask a lot of questions and they feel like that's bothering you. They don't really want to take up a lot of space when it comes to their relationship with you. They might even be intimidated by you. Like, they don't want to get in a fight. They're very conflict avoidant when it comes to you because they want you to like them as a person. And they just don't know how to approach it, so there's a lot of conflict, especially inner conflict. They ask themselves if it's worth it a lot, not like if you're worth it, but if the conflict of getting to know you would be worth it to them in the long run. Is what is coming out. But it's coming from a good place. It's not coming from a place of they want to be like an asshole and they're just like, I'm just going to cold turkey not talk to this person. They genuinely are not knowing what to do. And they might just be the type of person that instead of trying to find out what it is they should do, they kind of just drop it because that's easier for them. Very Piscean energy. Cancerian even. Alright. Let's see. What should we ask here? How does pile 1's person think of them? What energy is pile one's person seeing pile one in? What light? How are they seeing pile one? Oh, an oyster. I like the art on these cards. Realistic and pretty. So they're seeing you as something that's very valuable. Something that's like kind of like treasure hunting to them. Because you know, in oysters, there's the pearls that you get out, and they're expensive. Real pearls are very expensive. And they see you as somebody who hasn't been handed everything in life, and they really respect you a lot. Because to make pearls, oysters have to sift through a lot of dirt and grit and nasty stuff to get something that's really beautiful. And they feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself, and they can see that in you. And they really, really admire that about you and respect it, honestly. They feel like you're definitely a diamond in the rough, and they do want to come towards you. They're just afraid because you see that the oyster has like a shell because it's shellfish, obviously. But the exterior is very hard, and it's like a wall that they would have to get over to get that beautiful pearl that's inside. And they're just having a hard time deciding whether or not that's really the path they want to go on. They see the potential, they see the beauty, they see lots of stuff that they love. They just... It's really about the courage in themselves. Because they think the world of you. They just think it's getting across the minefield of outward circumstances to get to like the juicy center of the Tootsie Pop is not it's not something that they're willing to go alone, at least. So something might be needed from you is the vibe. And I was talking about water energy. Water energy. All right. Pile one's person. What do they think of pile one? What are the vibes? How are they feeling? Wisdom. This is the Green Witch's Oracle deck, by the way. I'll link all of the stuff down in the little thingy. 22, 222 might be a thing that you look out for. This is a Bayleaf. They think you're very knowledgeable. Like you know how I was saying just now that you had to sift through a lot of negative things to become as beautiful and magnetic and awesome as you are. So, wisdom only comes from experience. Knowledge, sure, you can learn that in a book. Think of it as like the difference between like a wizard and a cleric or something. Wizards, they spend all their time in books, they know things, they have theories, those are great. But wisdom comes from experience. And they can see and they know that you've gone through a lot of stuff. And that you would be a great asset to like tap into for them to learn and change and grow as well. Which is actually really beautiful, and I love that for you. Kindred spirits, for real. Alrighty. For pile one, their person. Anything we need to know about the rest of their vibes, how they feel about them, are they coming towards them, even though they're reluctant? Will they do, will they be brave? Will they try? What's the vibe pile one's person? What do they think about pile 1? Yeah. Alright. We've got the Two of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom. Alright. First we have the Tower in reverse. Your person is really having a hard time with you. They would have to change significantly to be the kind of person that they know you would want them to be. Friend, romantic, it doesn't matter. They know if they came towards you, they would have to be a better person. They would need to change who they are to adapt to being in your circle. And that's just a great upheaval that they're very hesitant about. The Tower is in reverse, so it's not that they're not considering it. They're just not committing to the idea of it. They're actually refusing to make a decision when it comes to whether or not to get closer to you. Two of Pentacles is all about like having a choice, and they're just kind of blocking it out. They don't want to make a choice. They don't want to change. They're fine in their shell, you know? They're fine in the world that they've made. They see how good it could be, but they're just scared to open up and be open to hurt, because really they're afraid of that. They might have had someone who had hurt them before. And friend breakups are just as, if not more, traumatizing than romantic breakups. You can fight me. I will go right now. I've cried longer over friends than I have most of the people I've ever been romantically entangled with. But they're trying so hard to protect themselves and stay where they are. And they know nothing is going to grow where they are right now. They know they've hit a plateau. This is as good as it's going to be until something changes. And they're just scared of change, because we also have the Five of Swords, which is another conflict card. It's very open and empty and lonely. And there's no one to really, like, support this person as far as, like, getting on their level and understanding them. They're a little bit weird. They're someone who kind of can't really, even if they're popular or whatever, people love them, they're beautiful, that's great. They're lonely. And they want to come towards you, because they see how beautiful you are and how great it could be. They just know that coming towards you requires something of them that's really hard for them mentally. And they're struggling. They see that, like, maybe they'll have to be really social, or at least really social to them. And that's like something that's just out of their comfort zone. Like, you know, when people don't like calling things, like they won't even call to order a pizza because they just don't want to talk on the phone to somebody. It's that kind of mental, like, they completely control this. This is their own making. And we also have the Hanged Man in reverse. Which is another refusing to look at, refusing to decide. They don't want to see things in another way. Like, they don't want They know it would be required of them to change and to think of things in a different way and to interact with parts of themselves that maybe they just don't want to. They don't want to heal. And here's the Seven of Swords. More hurt energy, more sneaky energy. Like, they're very scared of this relationship with you coming back to bite them somehow. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the opportunity. They see the opportunity. They see that it's in their grasp and they completely come towards you and it would be fun. They know they would have a good time. But they're just scared. And it might even be scared of you. Like, maybe they've heard rumors about you or something that just isn't true. And they feel like it might be bad for them to hang out with you. They know they would enjoy it, but they're kind of afraid of the consequences of being selfish and coming towards you. We also have the Devil, which is another sign of like temptation and negativity. And if this is a romantic situation, they feel like they would be tied down to something that they just actually don't want to be tied down to. They're not seeing the good, I guess. They're really feeling you're kind of like the bad boy or bad girl, even if you're not like that kind of stereotype. Just to them, your lifestyle would be something that wasn't traditional, something that's gonna take them out of what they already know. And yes, they're gonna have a good time. The Devil's all about having a good time. Sin is fun for a reason. And they're heavily stuck in their old thought patterns and fears and anxiety. But they think it will be really fun, and they're in this situation where they're like, I'm not choosing it. It's just there. But like, I know it might be worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I can see the pluses, like I see the good, I see all the dopamine I could get, all the good times I could have, or I could stay over here and be lonely and make it and be safe, and that's cool, I guess. But then there's also, you know what I mean? Like, they've decided that they're not going to choose, but they can see the benefits and the beauty and everything that you're so attractive to them. And I don't just mean like sexually or romantically or whatever. The way you conduct yourself is very attractive. And they want to come towards you, but they're not letting themselves. We also have the Page of Cups in reverse. This is more like lonely energy, just standing alone with like a little cup with a fish in it, which is like kind of like a bouquet of flowers. Maybe they're afraid of unreciprocated feelings. Like, if they did like come towards you romantically, would you reciprocate? Or like, even if they came towards you as a friend, would you want to be their friend? Because they see you as somebody who is beautiful and somebody who would bring zest to their life, and they don't feel like they could bring the same to you. Because they're so fearful and anxiety ridden. And they're content to just stay in their little circle. And so it looks like they're not going to try and do anything. They just see the possibility. This is the energy of right now. Of course, this could change. And if you want to act on it, you can change it as well. Like, nothing is written in stone. But they're scared to death that you're going to hurt them. In more ways than one. Lots of conflict. Lots of avoidance. Lots of fear. Whew. Alright. And I'm going to leave you with a side quest like I always do, so that you can ponder this reading. Ponder your person. Ponder your next steps. It's always good to be productive. If you can be. I understand how depression is. I understand. Oh, here we go. We have build a blanket fort. Seize the time. Live now. Make now always the most precious time. Now will never come again. Our favorite. Sorry. Star Trek. Star Trek pilot. Jean-Luc Picard. We also have watch your favorite movie of all time. Adventure is worthwhile in itself. Amelia Earhart. You don't have to do all of these. You can just do one of these. You can do all if you want, but you get a choice. And we have Take a Walk. I'm going on an adventure! Bilbo. From our favorite fantasy, Lord of the Rings. That is what I have for you, Pile 1. Be careful with your person. They might be a smidge emotionally reactive. Delicate, demure, maybe. But thank you so much for coming to the reading. Be safe out there, and may the hunters never find you. Hello, my gorgeous, gorgeous ghouls who picked group number 2 with the Universal Celtic Tarot and this beautiful, Moondallion anime fisheye. That's how I would draw it anyway. I'll put him right over here. Blue-green, turquoise. That could be a color for you. Alrighty. We are going to start with one major energy card from the tarot. Then I'm going to pull some oracle cards to see what's up. And then finally get some more tarot and finish the reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Now for group 2. What is their person thinking about them? How does their person think about them? Any actions that they're going to come towards them with? The major vibes, the feelings surrounding. What is the main one? What is the energy? Oh. 2 of Swords in reverse. So the person is feeling kind of stuck. Kind of like they don't want to go towards anyone, you know? They're kind of okay with being alone. They're trying to find peace. Something's very chaotic for them. But I feel like you aren't included in everyone, you know? It's that kind of relationship. They want to be alone with you. Yeah. Like, not in, like, a sexy way, but, like, I like my alone time. But you're not... Like, you're included. We're very tight. I'm getting... Sorry. Something about their hands, you know? It's like they're carrying like a wish or a burden, something that's stuck. And that's what they're trying to find their peace with. Let's do the rest, and I'll come back to it. I promise. Alright, pile two's person. What's their vibes towards pile two? How do they feel? What's the energy they feel from pile two? Alright, we have longevity in reverse. I can see I believe that's Sagittarius? Chrysanthemums. Chrysanthemums might be a sign for you. Maybe they're sick. Or maybe somebody they know is sick. And they feel like the time is nigh, you know? And they don't know what to do. They're making like they have like a choice that they're trying to make. And they don't want to burden you with it. Dragonfly? Air energy. Fleeting. Temporary. They could be somebody who's just in your life for a short time. They could be at the end of theirs. They're very drawn to you. In like the way that you're drawn to like a pond and like beauty and just like taking time to enjoy the small things. And they think you're really smart. They know you know where you're headed. They know that you can see where you're gonna go. Because you know dragonflies are actually pretty smart when it comes to like bugs. They can actually predict where their prey is going to be. So instead of chasing them where they are, they chase them where they're going to be, which is actually really cool. They feel like you're unique and different. Oh, it's also that blue-green color from the little necklace. Hmm. And then the ocean is blue-green. Mm-hmm. Synchronicities, you know? They feel like even though they're only here for a short time, it's a pleasant time, you know? It's like, you know, they always say, like, we're here for a good time, not a long time or whatever. But they want you to be here for a good and long time. All right. Pile two's person. How do they think about pile two in their situation? Their feelings towards them, what they want to happen. I'm actually starting to cry. Oh my gosh. Very emotional, this relationship. Good for you. You know, they say we don't have a lot of really deep, emotional people we can trust out there. So I'm glad you can find it, pile 2. Oh my god. We got judgment in reverse. It's about like getting a lot of freedom energy from that. All right. We have the sun. So your person, they think the world of you. They think you're beautiful and radiant, and I'm hearing like you're like the sun, the moon, and like all of my stars. So like it feels really deep. Like this is like your spouse. Um we got the Ten of Cups, which is beautiful. It's like emotional fulfillment and happiness. And like the tree is like long, like a long time we've had together. We've known each other for a long time, and you make me really happy. Five of Wands. And this more gives me like you're dealing with a lot right now. There's something that's a lot that's going on here in your relationship, in your situation, in things that that you neither of you really wanted to happen, but they did, and it caused a lot of upsetness. We got the Two of Cups in reverse, which is, you know, soulmate energy. It's like they made you who you are. You've made them who they are. You guys have like shared a lot together. But they see how bright you are, and they want you to continue to be bright, regardless of what they're going through. And they just want you to know that no matter what, like, obstacles are there, like, they support you, and they want you to be happy even when they're gone. You know, whether they just leave, like a divorce, or just like a breakup, or passing. Page of Cups in reverse. So there might be somebody new in your life, or that they want, or that you want in your life, or something like that. And they're a little bit hesitant to like just let it go, you know, like let it happen. Which it might be one of the things that you guys argue about, but at the end of the day, they know it's good for you. They know that you're fucking beautiful, and they know all the good things about you, and they think it would be good to, you know, move on from any problems that's being caused by them, because they're not going to be around for a long time, and you should have a good life afterwards. We have the Empress. It's a very nurturing and loving energy, very motherly and abundant and in her power. And just the pedestal they have you on is very high. You know, they think that you're a wonderful person to be out in the world. And like with the Sun card, like they know you will just bring intense happiness to the people who are around you. And the Queen of Cups is the emotional mother. She's very nurturing, like the Empress, very loving and giving. Someone who's very like loyal and will be there to the end, really. There's lots of water here that I'm seeing. They love you. This person, whoever this is, they really, really love you and they care about you. They might even be protective of you with the Five of Wands. I feel like they're thinking of the life or the time you've had together. And they think very highly of you. They think the world of you. And they want to understand and let go, but like, because here with the freedom, it's in reverse. They're like, in the Two of Cups, they're like I know, like, what I have is great and I love this, but like they know it won't last forever. Something is gonna break it apart. But they do love you a lot. And then we have the Devil. And that's like the selfishness I'm picking up. The like unwillingness to let go. Because of this good, like the good things they see in you, like how beautiful you are and how you bring light to their life and how like you've just been together, and they love that. They love the relationship you guys have, and they know they have to let it go because it's like suffocating. So these people are on chains and they're like being dragged by their heads. And you're so beautiful. They just possessive, I guess is the word. Even though they know it's not meant for them anymore. They're having a hard time letting it go because you're so beautiful, because you have such a good personality, because maybe they're scared of whatever's happening next. But they do love you and they do care about you a lot. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave you with a side quest like I always do. This was a little bit rough, a bit deep, I suppose. Yeah, just take it, think about it while you're being productive, do your little activity, consider. You know, you don't have to. I understand that sometimes when you're going through like a rough situation, like a breakup or, you know, something like that, you can't always be productive, but it does help to distract you and get you focusing on making decisions and things of this nature. So I will let you have one of these guys and then I'll let you go. All right. Draw or paint a picture. Practicing an art, no matter how well or badly, is a way to make your soul grow, for heaven's sake. Kurt Vonnegut. maybe paint about your time together, or your emotions that you're experiencing right now, or the emotions you think that they're experiencing right now. It can be cathartic for sure. Thank you so, so much, Pile 2, for coming and joining me today. That is all I have for you. Be safe out there, and may the hunters never find you. And last but certainly not least, my gorgeous ghouls who picked group 3 in this beautiful red color and red moon pendant. Very realistic. Very scary. Put it right here. Doo, doo, doo. This guy is a new deck, so I will be linking it all in the little description down there. It is the Horror Tarot, I believe. So, we are asking for pile 3 what their person thinks about them, person on their mind, how they're feeling about them, anything they want to do to come towards them. The main energy of pile 3's person towards them. I will be pulling the main energy, and then some oracles, and finally some clarification tarots again. Main energy, pile 3, their person. What does their person think about them? The energy towards them. Alrighty. We got the Ace of Swords. It feels determined. They're very adamant to tell you something. They really want to know something. They really want you to explain to them there's something that you're holding back from them that they just don't understand. There's a miscommunication, and they are going to make an opportunity to come towards you to understand it. Something in your field, in your relationship. They need to know. They're confused. Maybe you're just not being adamant and crystal clear. And they want to know, like, is this happening? Is this not happening? No. That sort of thing. Pile 3's person. Oh, alright. They got the fox. Foxy. Very sneaky. Very tricky. Very, misleading, I guess, is the word that's coming through. Misguiding. Obfuscating. Omitting. Very... Yes, but that's not what I said, was it, energy? Like, I didn't exactly say no, but they weren't, like, saying yes either. You know what I'm getting at? They feel like they need solid answers from you, and you're not giving the solid answers that they're looking for. They know you know. They know you know what they mean. Like that very, like, yeah, I'm not saying it correctly, but you know what I fucking mean. You're being very beating around the bush, and they're very much a not that kind of person. A very straight edge, tell it like it is. Please fucking don't use poetic prose on me kind of human. And it's really bothering them. Pile three's person. What are they feeling towards them right now? What is their person thinking? I promise I did buy a lamp. So it's gonna be on the side so it's not like right down on, but just gotta bear with me for a little bit. Thank you. Wisdom. Leo? Question mark? I'm not superstar bitch over here, but wisdom. They feel like you do know a lot. They feel like you have a lot that you don't say. And that you could share, but you're not. You're holding it back. Cause bay leaves if you cook, you know. Bay leaves kinda show up. You put them in everything. They're always there, right? But you can't like the taste isn't, you couldn't pick it out. It's just kind of blends in with everything. And it absorbs the flavor. So it has the knowledge, it has the wisdom of the other flavors, but it doesn't give anything away. It enhances people around it. So they say. But they just feel like you're not giving as much as they are. And they're tired of it, and they want to know. With the sword energy, they're going to force their way in to whatever you've got going on. And yeah. They're tired of waiting on you. So they're gonna take the initiative. Alright. Pile three's person. We have the chariot in reverse. They feel like you're making it harder for them to come towards you. They feel like you are actively trying to avoid them. And like authentically. Not like physically or whatever, you might still talk. But they know you're trying to get away from the actual thing that they want to talk about. They have a lot to say. Ooh, thank you. Alrighty. And we have justice in reverse. There's another sword in this one. Another knife. Another cutting through the bullshit. Alright. We have the Queen of Pentacles. They feel you're being very sketch. Like, you know that they're interested or something romantically, or you know that they want something that you have and that you have power over it. They know that you have power over it. whatever it is, and you're like keeping it from them on purpose. They feel like they're being tricked. They feel like they're being like sabotaged. Especially with this justice in reverse, it just feels like it's not fair. You know, it's that you're always like trying to be chased. Even if this isn't romantic, like as a friend, like you're trying to stay away from them and get them to keep coming at, like they feel manipulated. They feel very like you want their attention, but you only want it like a cat, like on your terms. You don't want to put anything in. We also have judgment. They feel like taken out in the trash. They feel like second option. Lord. Okay, well that one's just not doing it. It's a lady in a graveyard coming back from the dead. There are some zombies in the background. They feel like you are like stringing them along, just keeping them around in case you feel lonely or something, and they are getting nothing back from you, essentially. You're just staying elusive. Five of Cups in reverse. They're very upset. They're very sad. They're very hurt by this. They want your attention, obviously. And the fact that you would, with knowledge, keep it from them. They can see the good, though. They can see what they want to see at this moment. They have hope for a possibility of you not doing this to them. And they are literally trying, because you see, Dracula is looking at these three cups here on the ground, and I highly think your person is trying to kid themselves into believing there's more than there is, or that there is more than there is, because they like you so much, and you might be playing games with them. Got the Ten of Cups in reverse also, which is more of the tricking yourself energy. They're dingy looking cups, and the Ten of Cups is like emotional fulfillment, and they think that if they get what they want, they'll feel good. But if you were to come towards this person or like be very open and authentic with this person, I don't believe that, like, they believe, like, they know, even if it's not consciously, that it wouldn't be the way that they picture emotional fulfillment, and it would not fulfill them in the way that they're hoping it does. Alright, we have the Sun, which is more, the way they see you is in delusionment, in believing something is different than what it actually is. They're not looking at you with truth, but they are under the belief that if you came towards them in the way that they want you to, everything would be fine, and it would work out, and it would be great. The Hierophant is next. So this is leading me to believe that this is somebody who has feelings for you romantically. It's a very traditional card, and it's very possessive. It's very, I think the feelings they have are clouding their judgment because they're feeling misled and very, they feel you pushing them away. They feel the wall that you're making. They feel the distance, and they're like, no, it doesn't exist. You know, they're like, that's your opinion. But they love me. They love being around me. We're really good friends, and there's nothing here, you know. There's because once they realize, then everything will be perfect, and I'll be emotionally fulfilled. I'll be very happy. And they might even be that for a while if you did come towards them in the way that they want you to. Authentically and all that good stuff. They could not get past your body count and your past in the way you need them to. They're in a very selfish energy, possessive towards you. Alright, we have the Emperor, which is, again, more controlling energy, very possessive energy. They literally think that if you just did what they want you to, it would be great, and everything would work out, and they're so smart. They have it all planned out. It's all coming together, you know, for them. Five of Swords in reverse, which is giving me more like Five of Swords is a conflict card. But they're not looking at it. They're not looking at the things that could possibly go wrong if they did get this information from you that they're looking for. And they're feeling like they want you to open up to them. They want you, period. They want you. And like all of that it entails being close to them and all of that good stuff. But they haven't done the work that they need to do to be in a stable relationship. Even if this is still just like a platonic thing, being a friend requires something of a person. And if you can't take another person into consideration, especially in the way that you're deluding yourself into believing certain things about a person, they're definitely your mystique, you're like, I'm not saying that you're wrong for keeping things from them, and I'm not saying that they're wrong for wanting things from people. I'm just thinking the way that you are not super open, you don't just share things with people, is what like attracted them to you. You're very mysterious to them, and you're very like interesting, and they're like, oh man, I really want to know. But they really haven't earned knowing. You know what I mean? Like they haven't shown up for you or even tried to show up for you in a way that warrants you to trust them on the level that they want you to. They just want you to give them the trust that you definitely have a past, and you probably aren't sharing things because of that past. And they just want you to be like, it's fine, I'll take care of you. But They don't understand how trauma works. They probably didn't have as much of a past as you. And it might not even be trauma. It could just be like a rough childhood, something bad happened, just like a little bit rough, but they can't understand at the moment the way you work and process, and you aren't going to share it with them because they haven't earned it. So it's kind of a selfish vibe, a very forceful vibe, a very like I'm going to shove my car into your life because even though we're all on the road that we share, it's my road. Yeah, that energy. Page of Wands. Um Sexual fantasies. Very they like she looks kind of like a princess. They want to save you. They want to possess you. Like, you know, when people go and marry princesses. I'm getting like Beauty and the Beast type feels. They want to lock you up in a tower and they're the only person who can see you for like months or whatever. I liked the movie, I just don't remember it very well. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, they feel like they think that you are running from them, that you're going to literally, I'm getting the like you're gonna hurt me and run away, like, you know, when someone's attacking you and you like punch them in the nuts and then like run away or kick them in the nuts, depending on the situation. You hit them where it hurts and then you leave, but it's because you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, you know. And we got the Eight of Swords in reverse, which is giving, it is giving, it's giving victim. It's giving like Eight of Swords. It's about being in your head. It's about a prison of your own making. You're building, you're building, you're building, and you're not trying to get out of it. Like you can't see the way out. But in reverse, it's like you are literally your own reason for not getting out of it. So they are very much deluding themselves into a version of you that you're not responsible for, by the way. You're just not. They feel like they're owed you. They feel entitled to you because, like, maybe they're a good guy, you know? They have their little good guy, like, stamp card of all the times they were nice to women or men, take it how it resonates. And they just feel like they've been your friend, and now that you've been there for so long, they get to, you know, be with you because they've been there without having like supported you through like hard times. Or it just looks like they are thinking of you in a you're being very mean to them. They think that you are doing this on purpose and you're literally out to spite them, and you're doing it to hurt them. They don't know when like a good time would be to try and talk about it, about what they want. So they're just going to force their way into your life and try and force this to happen because they're very possessive. They're very entitled to you. They don't really care about how you feel. They just feel like you are the bad guy in this situation. Like you're just taking from them, poor them. They're a victim. And they're not getting anything in return. So they feel like they're owed something in return, which, bitch, if you think that they do, like, do you, but I'm not getting the best vibes here from this person. They're very immature, very not ready for anything that, like, they're not ready for the thing that they want, and they just want to do it because they're impatient, and they feel like, oh, I deserve it because I did all of this stuff. Like, fuck them. I want to say girl, but like not in like the sexist way, but like girl. No, I'm talking about girl. Fuck this person. They got a lot of shit to work through that you don't need to do. You, if you're a good friend, like, you can try to work through it with them, but it does not look like they're gonna be kind to you in return. Like, they're not going to, like, their friendship is absolutely transactional, and that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And I'm sorry you have to go through that, because that fucking sucks. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave you with a side quest that you can take. Think about this reading, think about the person that you're thinking of, and how you're gonna move forward with it. If you want to become a full ghost and haunt a graveyard, I highly recommend that. I feel like you could definitely benefit from being in a place that this person isn't, if you know what I mean. Like the afterlife. No. Alright, clean out your car. Don't panic. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mean, we all need to clean out our cars. I need to clean out my car, honestly. But yeah, that is what I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a very interesting reading, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Be safe out there, and may the hunters never find you.